Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be covering how to remove your front forks. So there's a few things that we have to do first before we can start taking our forks out. Now the first one is we've got to remove the actual bike fairing. We've got to remove the front fairings, the side fairings, and I've already removed my bottom fairing. You are going to need a jack, or better still, if you've got an ABBA Skylift, that's what I'm going to be using. I'm going to show you how to use the jack. Make sure that you actually get your bike on a rear paddock stand. That holds the bike up. So when we come to take the forks out, it makes it a lot simpler. Right, before I actually start any actual taking of the forks, I've just removed the fairing. Now, if you haven't got an ABBA Skylift, I'm going to show you how to get your bike up in the air so you can get the front wheel off and your forks out using a trolley jack. Now, it's just a normal trolley jack, and all I'm going to do is, if you can see the end, I've got this, it spins round. Underneath my exhaust, I don't know if you can just see that, there's like a ridge there. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to push the trolley jack underneath there, so that ridge is in between them two grooves. I'm going to tighten my trolley jack, and then as I take it up, and because I've got it on the rear paddock stand, it's not likely to fall over at this moment. But as you can see, I'm lifting it up, back a bit. The front's come off the ground. Now that's as high as I want to take it. The front wheel's spinning. It'll give me plenty of room to get my forks out. This is quite stable. Always keep it on the rear paddock stand. Now I am going to change this because I'm putting mine on as ABBA Skylift, but that is what you can use if you haven't got one. Right guys, a little change of plan. I were going to use my ABBA Skylift, but I've realised not everyone's got one. So I am to the actual trolley jack. I've put it up just like I showed you, and I've got my wheel off the floor. So now I'm ready to actually take my forks out. But first off, tools. Quite basic, this one. Ratchet, 22mm socket. Now that's for the front wheel. 12mm socket, that's for the brakes. Got an 8mm and a 6mm Allen keys. I've got a couple of wires. They're just to hang the actual brake calipers. They're the tools. Let's crack on. So I'm going to do this in real time, guys. So I'm going to take the front wheel off first. Now, you can go back and check one of my other videos. I've already shown you how to remove the actual wheels, front and rear. Now, undo the pinch bolts. Loosen the nut. Like I say, I'm doing it in real time. Now, that is on the floor. I did lower it. Now I'm just going to raise the jack up so it's loose. Tap it through. Now that's nearly ready to come out. Like an idiot, forgot to undo the brakes. So all I'm going to do, go around. Not taking them off fully. All I'm doing, I'm just loosening them off. Get them out of the way so that I can actually get my wheel out. Like I said, I'm doing it in real time just so you know how long it actually takes. It's quite a quick process. It's both bolts out, just put them to the side. Now before I remove it, I will do the other side as well. As you can see, because you got the wheel up in the air, it does move. If you want, you can crack these nuts off before. You're not moving it anywhere, so it is quite simple. And all I'm doing, I'm just going to get the brakes out of the way. Bit of music would be good here. Right, that's both sides done. Now what I'll do is, if you remember the wires, now this time you can't actually put these over the handlebars because we are going to be removing the handlebars. So I'm going to use something else, which on this side I'm going to use the actual air vent, and I'll probably do it on the other side as well, just to show you. And on this side, so all I'm doing, I'm going to put it round this air vent and then grab this brake. Oh, there's a sensor wire there. Thread it through. Put it on. That's your brake calipers out of the way. Remember, you're only doing this so you're not putting stress on the actual pipe. Back to the wheel. Hold it up. Pull the pin out. That's the front wheel out. It's as quick as that. Right, front wheel's out. Now the order I'm going to do it, I'm going to take the mud guard off. But then I'll be undoing these bolts, top bolts. I've got to undo the handlebars at the top. I'll go through the sequence with you. You don't need to take everything apart just to get this off. So we'll just start by doing the mud guard. Now if you leave this on, you can leave it on, but all it'll do, it'll just get in your way and it'll keep the actual forks joined together. So in reality, it's probably more of a hindrance. Now on this, these are 6mm Allens. There's 2 at the front, 1 at the rear. And that's that side. I'll show you on this side. So there's 2 at the front, 1 at the rear. So just take these off. Now this one is a actual nut and bolt. So that's why I'm just holding it at the back. These just are just screws. Then it's just simply a case of pulling it out. That is your mudguard removed. Next part is to release the handlebars. Now it's R1, they are the original handlebars. I've changed them, but the originals. So I need to undo these 2 bolts here. Oh, that's tight. That's that one. And that's that one. And I'm going to take them out. These just secure the handlebars in place on this actual bike. Set them out of the way. Now that they're out of the way, what I'm looking at doing, now they were 6mm. Now in here, you've got, that's for your handlebar, and that's for your yoke. Show you if there's better light around here. So that's for the handlebar, and that's for the yoke. Now what I'll do, I'll get my 8mm, and I'm going to release this bottom one first. So, right, can you see? The handlebars now come loose. I am going to keep it not mega tight, but not mega loose either. It's just literally got it. Oh, that's a bit tighter. I'm going to have to use 2 hands. Or use the short side. Bit more leverage. That would tight that one. There you go. That's loose. The handlebar's going down. Now what I'll do is I'll undo this one. So if I get, how can I get a good view of it? I'm just gonna have to go for it. On the top one, same again. I'm gonna spin it round. Now that I have done that loose, now what that's doing, it's actually nipping that together to hold the actual forks. Same on the other side. Done that. Now the last 4 bolts, and there's only 4 bolts now holding it in, which are these 2 here and these 2 here. Once I start loosening them, the fork's going to want to fall. What I will say is, look at your cabling. Now you can see all these cables go, the forks go through them cables, and that one goes behind it. On this side, these ones come in front, them ones at the side. So just be wary about where they are. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to just crack that top one first, and this side. Right, now as I do this one, what's going to happen is the forks are going to come loose. Handlebars loose, top yoke's loose. And if I just turn that one, what will happen is that one's gone loose, that one's gone loose and loose. Let them out. And as you can see, the fork now, if I just move that back, and all I'm doing, I'm just twisting, and it's actually threading through, and it's out. So that is the first fork out. Now when I put it down, I'm going to put it down, but then get a little notepad, and that is the left hand. So I know that that one goes back on the left hand side of the bike. It's always best to make sure you know which one comes out of which side. Same on this side. Just going to turn that around a bit just so I can get access. That one's loose. It's this one we're going for. So in, turn, grab the actual bar, loosen that off, and then all I'm doing, I'm just going to start twisting. So let me get a bit further back. And all I'm going to do, start twisting the forks out. And that is the forks removed. Same again, put it on top, get a sticker, and that's the right hand. That is the left and right hand forks out of the bike. So now when it comes to actually replacing, we'll get our right hand side one first. And now this is where we have to think about how it goes through here. So what we'll end up doing, I'll put this over this side. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to thread it from the bottom through here. And then I'm trying to aim it up through the handlebars and the top all at the same time. So I don't know if that's the best light. Right. So, got my right hand one. I'm going to start threading it through. And all you do, you just twist it. Now I am going to have to lift the handlebar to get that lined up. And so what I've done, I've just threaded it into the handlebar. Then I'm going to go for the top yoke. So there we go. Now I will get my tape measure. What I tend to do is I have 10 mil of yoke above the 10 mil of fork above the yoke. That's it. I just need to alter it. And there is 10 mil. Now what I tend to do is I take it off the black, not off the silver, so that that to me is 10 mil, but in reality it's 11 if you take the other one. Now what we're going to do is, I'm not going to tighten them up fully. All I'm going to do is nip it so that it doesn't move. So I'll do the top one first. It's the top one. Then the bottom ones. I'm just nipping it, that's all I'm doing. Right, so that's the right one. Now we'll go for the left one. So if I get the left one, exactly the same. And all I'm doing, I'm going to thread it through. Now there's more wires. Remember where they went. So on this one, the handlebars were up here. And all these cables here were at the front of the fork. That's the only one I need at the back. So as I put it in, it's there. They're at the front, through the handlebar, through the top, measure it. Ooh, bit too high. That, there you go, spot on. So while it's there, all the cables are the correct way. Now don't forget, I'm not tightening this up fully, I'm just nipping it. Just so that it doesn't fall back out. So I've nipped it on the top yoke, the bottom yoke, the handlebars are still fully free. Reason I've done that with Yamaha, these handlebars have got these nuts, bolts in the top, which stop it moving. So all I'm going to do now, lift the handlebar up, but also I'm trying to thread the bolt in so that it picks the handlebar. You can just, I don't know if you can see that, you can just see the hole. Put that in. You got it? No, it's not quite there. There we go. That's got it. Just takes a little bit of manoeuvring. Now I'm going to put that one on. Same again, I'm not tightening it fully up. I'll tighten it up once everything's in place. Same on this one. Line it up. Get it in. Up. That's like my wheelies. As soon as the wheel comes up, I drop it back down. And just, right. So there, what I've done is, I've tightened them. I've not tightened these ones yet. They're to be tightened. And they're loose. Right. Everything's in place. Left hand, right hand, they're on the correct side. Right, so if you look here, now, these aren't quite lined up to how they were in the back, so these stickers. Now I know that when I put these in, them stickers were to the side. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to loosen them, and it's just OCD for me, to be honest. And I'm just going to twist so that you can just see half. And it's just in my head, this is how they came out, this is how they came from factory. Not with them stickers on, I put them stickers on. But because I know they've always been in that way, I know the forks should be how they are. So literally, just see it sticker there, just see it sticker here. Yep. Then I will actually tighten them up. So let me do my final checks and then I'll tighten them up. The first ones I'm going to tighten are these top ones. Oh, that's the wrong one. I need a 6. So literally put it on, hold the handlebars, tight, tight. That's the top 2 tight. And then what I will do is I will actually tighten the handlebar one first, which is in there. So if I tighten that one, I'm holding the handlebar up, tightening it up, That's proper torque. Use the torque settings. I'm just doing it the quick version just to show you. I will torque them all up after. Put that on. Torque it up correctly. And then I'll actually, while I'm here, I'll tighten the top one. Same again, make sure you actually torque them up to the correct manufacturer's torque. Just Google. You can look at book, it don't give you all that information. But Google it, and you can find the correct torque just by putting in the Google search. Tight. Tight. Right, they're now tightened. Now the next part is putting the mudguard back. So straighten off the actual forks. And the mudguard just fits in through there. Now they go on the... Now I did leave the bolts in just to make it a bit easier. But it is quite fiddly because you've got to try and get both in. So all I'm going to do is put that. You can see it does move around. And I'm not trying to put the bolt fully in, I'm just trying to locate it into position. So I get that in there. There's the hole. Right, that's located. Same on the other side, and all I'm doing that for is so that I can put the back part on correctly. That's that. Now if we go around to the back of it, which is this one, nut and bolt, put it in. Now these do have a spacer in these back ones. Tightened up. While I'm on this side, I might as well put that locator in. I'm just going to locate it, I haven't tightened it. Same on this side. The light just interferes with this. Put it through. Put it in the hole and that weren't tightening up. Ah, there we go. That's got it. Same on this one. Get your locator in. Now I'm tightening them up. Same on this side. It's just a rubber squeak, and they've got rubber bushes on these, so that is the mudguard on. Making sure. So that's the mudguard done. That's your handlebars. All the bolts are tight, and now let's just get the wheel back on. Same. Now, do go to my other video on this one. It'll make it a lot easier. I'll just put this on just to show. The spacers. There we go. Bolt in. Hope to tighten that one up to the correct torque, and then we can start putting our brakes back in. So with our brakes, if we get this side first, same as I've just mentioned, I've actually done changing how to remove your pads. So So all I'm going to do, I'm going to take that off, pull the caliper on, get it lined up. Put the bolts in, and then they'll tighten up. Same on the other side. I'm not doing these to talk, it's just showing you. I would talk them up if I'm doing the job correctly. That's that on. That is how to change your forks. So, and replace them. What I will say is follow the torque. If you just Google, or if you can get a specification book for torques of your bike, make sure you torque them up. That is how you change your forks. Well, I hope that helped you to remove your forks and replace them. If you did like it, drop us a subscribe, drop us a like. Catch you later.